Good evening, and welcome to a very special week here on Studs. Let me tell you a story to begin. Several months ago, a little lost shepherd boy was wandering aimlessly in the hills above Hollywood and walked into a cave and made an amazing discovery. The Rosetta Stone of entertainment, if you will. The lost episodes of Studs. Episodes from our illustrious 50-year career. And we have a fine example here today. A show from the 1940s. Our first year on the air, 1947, back when the show was entitled Fine Young Men. So sit down and enjoy it with me, won't you? Fine Young Men. Hello and welcome. Welcome once again to another episode of Fine Young Men, where the search for true love continues unabated. Brought to you by the entire family of fine Cantermerkin personal grooming products, including the new Cantermerkin 4. And now, let's meet our fine young ladies for this evening. Thank you very much. Thank you. And now it's time to introduce our fine young women for this evening. To my immediate left is 25-year-old management consultant Carrie West. Give her a hand. Thank you. And next to Carrie is 26-year-old mortgage underwriter Wendy Rhodes. Give her a hand. And all the way down to the couch is 21-year-old sales assistant Trish O'Brien. Give her a hand. Thank you. Trish, we know times are tough. Most of our men are overseas fighting the Huns. What do you look for in a man?
Someone tall, dark hair, blue eyes, striking eyes.
Striking. Excellent. Wendy, how about you?
Funny, intelligent, tall, dark, and handsome.
Even better. And Carrie?
Anybody that looks like Steven Seagal, Mel Gibson.
Okay, well, let's find and see our two young men for this evening. Please welcome Noah and Steve. To my immediate right is 26-year-old production assistant Noah Forrest. Give him a hand. And next to Noah on the couch is 28-year-old hotel manager Steve Kriegel. Give him a hand. All right, you two fine young men know what you're up against today. The men with the most hearts at the end of the show will be crowned the finest of the young men and get to go on an all-expense-paid trip anywhere in the free world. And, of course, every day, the square footage of this free world increases. All right, Noah, in your opinion, what's your best physical feature?
Well, Mark, that's kind of difficult. There are so many, but I'll pick one.
Please do.
My lips. Girls love my lips.
Why is that, Noah?
Because they're very kissable.
I'll have to take your word for that. We asked the ladies what made them swoon when they first saw you.
Okay.
What they thought when they first saw you. Noah, and here's what they said. The first lady said, hubba, hubba, this guy's the cat's meow. Second lady said, he's just as cute as a Cupid doll. Third lady said, that mouth, those teeth, gobble me up, Mr. Cannibal Man.
All right.
This is for the Glenn Miller heart, Noah.
I got this one.
All right.
That mouth, those teeth, gobble me up, Mr. Cannibal Man. That would have to be Wendy.
Yes.
There you go. What made you say that, Wendy?
He had those big, full Mick Jagger lips and beautiful white teeth, and I just wanted him to eat me up.
And Mick Jagger, I'm assuming, is a friend of Mickey Mouse, perhaps? I'm sure he's a fine young man in his own right. All right, you get to go again, Noah. Hubba, hubba. Thank you. Hubba, hubba, this guy's the cat's meow, or he's just as cute as a Cupid doll.
We're gonna go with hubba hubba. This guy's the cat's meow, and I'm gonna say that would be Carrie.
Nope.
What'd you say, Carrie?
Oh, he's as cute as a Cupid doll.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he wasn't tall enough for me. Cute, but not tall enough.
How tall do you require your men to be?
About 4 more inches.
4 more. 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 4 more inches than what?
6 foot.
6 foot.
Well, she didn't see all of me, so.
Why not see all of me? More of that later. All right, Steve, what's the first thing you notice about a woman when you see her?
I would have to say her face.
Okay, excellent. Well, we asked them the first thing they noticed about you. And here's what they told us. The first lady said, that face is chiseled perfection. Second lady said, he looks just like rock candy, hard and sweet. And the third lady said, hail Steve, god of testosterone.
That face is chiseled perfection. I would have to say Wendy.
No.
Tough nuts. What did you say, Wendy?
I said he looks just like rock candy, hard, sweet, and sticky.
What about him looks sticky?
Well, it was hot where we were, so we were sweating up a storm, so we were pretty sticky.
What candy does Wendy remind you of, Steve?
Like the little Jolly Rancher, little green ones.
Which is kind of like toffee. We'll be right back with more of Fine Young Men after this brief commercial message from the good folks at the Cantor Merkin Personal Hygiene Products Company. Now for round 2. Noah, you spend a lot of time getting yourself ready when you go out on a date?
Not much time, you know? I mean, a little work here and there, a little hair. You know, check out what I'm gonna wear. It's pretty simple.
You look pretty spiffy. All right, well, we asked the ladies what they thought of your clothing and your sense of style, Noah. And here's what they told us. The first lady said, his clothes hugged his body like bun hugs a sausage. Second lady said, uh-oh, ring around the collar. Third lady said, the only thing I didn't like about his shorts was that they weren't around his ankles.
All right. His clothes hugged his body like a bun hugs a sausage. And that would have to be Wendy.
No.
23 skidoo. Wendy, what did you say?
The only thing I didn't like about his shorts is that they weren't around his ankles.
You must be a riveter.
No, he had such a fine body that, and he had on clothes, and I just thought maybe I could have seen a little bit more of it.
Really? Did you ask to see more?
I saw more later.
Who thought his clothes hugged his body like a bun hugs a sausage?
I did.
Oh, Trish. So he was wearing very tight clothes.
He had shorts on and a silk shirt, and it was hot out, so it kind of.
Well, a lot of our fighting men wear tight clothes because it's harder for Fritz to find them that way. What did you two do on your date?
We went to dinner, and then we went and had a few drinks.
Okay. Sounds like you showed these ladies a good time, Noah. I did. Steve, when you go out on a date, do you do something to make it special for every woman?
Depends on who it is and the kind of mood I'm in.
So, if you're in a bad mood, you just don't care, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, we asked the ladies if there was any memorable moments, if there were any memorable moments from these dates, and if you were caring enough to supply them. And here's what they told us. Steve, first lady said, he had me put my arms behind me and gulp for all I was worth. Second lady said, he got me so hot I had to strip down to my skivvies. And the third lady said, I love a man who knows how to pet my little fluff.
He got me so hot I had to strip to my skivvies. Is Carrie.
Yep.
There you go. What did you two do that was so hot?
Well, between the bar and Steve, it was real hot. So I had.
You were out at a...
We were at a bar, and between the bar and the drinks and him, the beach was right there. I went down there. I had to strip it and go for it.
What did you do, Steve? And what were you drinking? Perhaps we need a new sponsor.
Water.
Water. Never touch the stuff.
Never.
Fish sleep in it. All right, well, you get to go again there. He put my arms behind me and made me gulp for all I was worth, or I love a man who knows how to pet my little fluff.
He had me put my arms behind me and golf for all I was worth is Wendy.
No.
did you say?
I said I love a man who knows how to pet my little. I have a little bunny named Fluff. So he came over, and she only liked certain people, and she really liked him, and he was petting her, and she was licking him, and they got along really good.
Sounds like a beautiful relationship, Steve. What did you do after that, after you petted the bunny?
We went to dinner at a nice Italian restaurant and played miniature golf.
Me, I haven't had Italian food since 1939. I've got patriotism. But you're entitled to your own opinions. Noah, when you're on a date, how do you know when it's time to make your big move and reach out and, well, grab that lady's hand?
Well, that's what I do, Mark. I just grab out and grab her hand, and if she grabs back, I know I'm in.
Beautiful. All right. Well, we asked the ladies if there was any grabbing on these dates. No, and here's what they told us. The first lady said, he pressed against me with the passion of a sailor on a 3-day leave. Second lady said his kiss was as exciting as cold oatmeal. And the third lady said by the time our passion peaked, we were all sweaty and half naked.
By the time our passion peaked, we were all sweaty and half naked. That was Wendy.
Obviously, you ladies thought this was a clothing optional show. Would you like to explain yourself, Wendy?
We went back to his cousin's house, and there's a jacuzzi. So we had on just small bathing
More
suits.
Italian
and-
food? I told you, I really don't approve.
So we just had on bathing suits, and it was real hot from the heat from the jacuzzi. So we were sweating and just had on swimsuits.
And how did your date end?
He took me back to my house, and I took us back to my house because I drove. And he came in, and we just kind of talked for about 10 minutes, and we just had a good night kiss.
How long were you in the jacuzzi?
Well, you know, Wendy has great fingers, and I had a big knot in my back from lifting, you know, so she kind of worked that out. We spent about a half hour in the jacuzzi, and when the knot was good and gone, we moved on.
So she untied your knot for you?
She did untie my knot.
He pressed against me with all the passion of a sailor on a 3-day leave, or his kiss was as exciting as cold oatmeal.
Well, he pressed against me with the passion of a sailor on a 3-day leave. Well, I'll have to say that was Trish.
Yes.
There you go. What happened? Tell me all about it.
He took me home and shook my hand goodnight. And it was just kind of a real quick goodnight.
Well, Trish and I had a real tame date.
Why is that?
It was a Sunday. We were both wiped out from the weekend. We went out, we had a nice time, we talked, and we got along very well.
Okay, great. Steven, how about you? If you're on a date with a woman, is a kiss on the cheek going too far on a first date?
That's just a start.
All right, well, we asked the ladies how you got started on these dates, and here's what they told us, Steve. The first lady told us, he nibbled on my neck till I was a steaming pool of passion. Second lady said his every stroke left me begging for more. And the third lady said his lips lit my pilot light, but his body did the cooking.
He nibbled on my neck till I was steaming pool of passion. Wendy?
No.
What'd you say, Wendy?
I said his lips lit my pilot light, but his body did the cooking. He
So
was.
obviously someone had gas on this date.
No.
I don't know who it was, and I really don't want to know. So what happened?
He was so hot. It was not just his face and his kiss, but he had on an outfit that really didn't show any of his body, but I could feel it, and he was hard, and he was tight, and I wanted him in a bad way. I pushed him up against my door really hard. I took him and I smashed him up against my door and kissed him, and he was like this.
So she kissed you first.
Well, we started a little bit before that, and then the final one was like
That was the big one. That was the mother of all kisses.
Absolutely.
Okay. Who was a steaming pool of passion?
I was.
Oh, Trish. You want to tell me about that?
We were in a club, and I was sitting on the bar stool, and he was standing behind me, and he was just kind of nibbling on my neck, and so.
Could you tell you were having a good effect on her, Steve?
A little bit, I think so, yeah.
Who's a better kisser, Wendy or Carrie?
They're about the same.
We'll be right back and find out these men is most likely to shave his chest hair using one of the fine products from the Cantor Merkin family of personal grooming items? Thank you, and welcome back. Gentlemen, before the show, the ladies gave us some descriptions of you two. You tell me who they're talking about. We'll award you with a heart. Noah, according to these three ladies, who's most likely to fight for a woman's honor, you or Steve?
That would have to be me.
He says it's him. Ladies?
Steve.
Oh. Why would you say that, Carrie?
Because he was my knight in shining armor.
In what way?
He knew how to dry. he knew how to dry me off
Dry you off.
when I got in the water.
Oh, I see. Okay. Steve, who's most likely to shave his chest hair using one of the fine products from the Cantor Merkin family of personal grooming products, including the new Cantor Merkin 4, available at your local store? Would that be you or Noah?
It would definitely have to be Noah.
Definitely Noah. Ladies?
No.
There you go. Why would you say that, Wendy?
He was hairy all over. He was one of the hairiest guys I ever met, but he didn't have any hair on his back, and I had to wonder if that was like planned, if maybe he shaved his back, or if he just really didn't have hair on his back. Because he's a real furry kind of guy.
You know, with regular implements, Noah, shaving your back can be a very time-consuming process, unless, of course, you use the Cantor Merkin 4. Noah, who's most likely to cover his eyes at a scary movie, you or Steve?
That would have to be Steve.
He says Steve. Ladies?
Steve.
There you go. Why, Trish?
Because he's very sensitive, and he, instead of watching a scary movie, he'd rather watch a Bogart and Bacall movie.
They had it all. Steve, who's most likely to wear a thong bikini?
That definitely would have to be Noah.
I'm not sure what one is, but I bet Noah would wear one. Ladies?
No.
Why, Trish?
Because he's very concerned about how he looks and has a good body, so I'm sure he'd enjoy
Do you own a thong
walking
bikini?
Can't find one that fits, Mark.
Really? You can get them taken in at any local tailor. Noah! Of course I kid. Noah, who's most likely to fall asleep during sex, you or Steve?
Okay, this would have to be Steve.
Have to be Steve. Ladies?
Steve.
There you go. Your knight in shining armor would fall asleep during sex? Why, Carrie?
Because he did. No, because I ended up staying the night and he fell asleep.
Steve? Good point. Steve! Who's most likely, Steve, according to these ladies, who's most likely to have an X-rated movie in his VCR right now?
Definitely would have to be Noah.
Definitely have to be Noah. Ladies?
No.
There you go. Why is that, Wendy?
Because Noah's very sexually orientated, and I think that anything that had to do with sex, he'd be there. He'd be like,
Stick around. We'll come back and find out which one of these fine young men is the finest young man of the evening. Thank you very much. And welcome back to the final segment of Five Young Men. All right, gentlemen, like the landing on the beaches of Normandy, this is now your D-Day. You tell me who you'd like to date again. If she picks you, you get to go on a free date that we'll pay for. Steve, you've got 4 hearts. Noah, you've got 5, which means we start with Steve.
Well, I had a great time with all of them. However, I didn't pick Trish. We had a good time on the date and lots of fun.
Okay.
Also, I didn't pick Wendy because things started a little rough on the phone, although it turned out really good. But the person that I had the most fun with was Carrie.
And if Carrie selects you, what destination in the free world will you be going?
We're going to go down to Cabo and go skydiving.
Just like our boys in the 101 paratroop over France. A very fine vacation idea. All right, Noah, it's your turn now.
Well, I did not choose Kerry. We clicked a little, but we didn't click totally. I did not choose Trish, even though we had a nice time. We got together at the wrong time. That leaves Wendy. I had a nice time with her, the best time of the three, so I chose Wendy.
Great! If she picks you, where are you gonna go?
Well, I'm on the West Coast. I've never been to Hawaii, so we're gonna do some skinny dipping in Maui.
Steer clear of the harbor. All right. Trish, neither of the guys picked you, but we were more than happy to host you here this fine evening. Would you show us who you selected before you go? Steve! All right. Now, Steve is trailing with 4 hearts, and Steve picked Carrie. Carrie, if you pick Steve, you could be off on a fabulous trip to Cabo. That's right, somewhere in Mexico, I believe. What's it going to be? Steve! It is! You know. It's all up to you, Wendy. If you selected Noah, you're off on a fabulous trip to Maui. If not, these two are going to go to Cabo. What's it going to be? It's Cabo for Steve! Thank you very much for watching and tuning tomorrow for another episode of Fine Young Man.
A promotional fee has been paid by the following. Jonelle presents salon-styled sculptured nails, easy to apply. Just stick it, buff it, gel it, set it, you'll love it. Sundance, made with pure fruit juice and sparkling water. No sugar added, and that makes Sundance a natural refreshment for the whole family. Brush away nail fungus with Lee Antifungal Nail Treatment. And for tips or repair, Lee Antifungal Instant Nail Glue. Lee in the Nail Beauty product section.